Hola chicos, these are your notes for when to use the preterite and when to use the imperfect. After taking these notes, you will know what instances we use the preterite, which instances we use the imperfect, and what trigger words we should be on the lookout for when we're reading our sentences. Let's begin. So I have two separate columns. Under preterite or preterito, I have that we would use it for a past action that happened one time, or for an interrupted action, right? An action that interrupted something already happening. Also for the beginning of an action, as well as the end of an action. Okay, so for the imperfecto, okay, I have an acronym that I'm going to show you in a little bit. Okay, so it's a past action that describes age, attitude, and appearance. An example of this would be, Cuando yo tenía 5 años, yo era bajo. Okay, the second one is location. An example, La chica acampaba en el bosque. Okay, the third one is weather. Hacía mucho sol durante el verano. The fourth one, since it stands for the letter E, and it's emotion. Okay, and the example that I have is Yo estaba enojado. Número 5. Okay, it's for a physical description or attribute. Okay, mi padre era muy alto is the example that I have here. Okay, the sixth one is time. Okay, eran las 2 de la tarde. Stating what time it was when we were doing something. Now, número 7 is for setting a scene, specifically when you're telling a story. Okay, and número 8 is what someone was doing or used to do. Okay, now the acronym is ALWEPT. So it's ALWEPT. Okay, if you keep this acronym in mind, it'll help you when you're deciding whether to use the imperfect or the preterite. Now when we scroll down, all right, this is a review. All right, these are the endings for our conjugations for preterite and imperfect. Now keep in mind that there are only 3 irregular verbs in the imperfect, and I'm jotting them off to the side. There's ir, there's ser, and there's ver. All right, as far as the irregular preterite verbs for the preterite, we'll have to be reviewing those constantly throughout this unit. Now, the words that basically indicate preterite I have listed right here. Ayer is yesterday. Anteayer, the day before yesterday. De repente, suddenly. Anoche, last night. Una vez means one time. Cuando means when. El fin de semana pasado, last weekend. And el verano pasado, last summer. Now, moving on to the words that trigger the imperfect. Mientras is while. Durante is during. Siempre is always. Muchas veces, many times. De niño, as a child. Cada verano is each summer. And I'm going to underline cada and each to let you know that cada means each. And we'll be able to use these and be on the lookout for cada in each of our sentences. And we also have todos los días. And I'm going to be underlining todos and every because this is the one word that will probably come up a lot in our sentences, because you could replace los días with almost anything, like todos los lunes, todos los viernes, or todos los veranos. Okay, right about now you should have all of the instances that we would use the preterite and the imperfect. Okay, and you also have a list of some of the trigger words that we're going to be practicing with in class. If something is unclear, please bring your questions to class and I'll address them. Hasta luego.